Hyundai Palisade. This is the third row SUV that's actually affordable. Let's take a look inside. So what's super cool in this third row is it's kind of comfy. I mean, this isn't a tremendous amount of legroom here, but that's just fine. It does have two cup holders on each side for a third row. That's incredibly rare. And it's got a USB plug on both sides. Plus, it's got a nice window back here so you don't feel like you're kind of in, kid prison, which is awesome. And then once you're in the back seat, it's got some other great features. Vents. It's also got vents in the third row, which I failed to mention. Those are pretty important. We've got butt warmers back here. Fantastic. They can control their own temperature back here, which is also good. It's got a AC, a plug, as well as I guess that's a 12-volt plug as well, and plenty of USBs right on. As for the cockpit, I actually really applaud Hyundai. They do a very good job of mixing screen as well as actual knobs and buttons that do things. These knobs are great because they're a little bit tactile, meaning that they go click, click, click when you move them, so you actually know that you've done something, which is wonderful. The gear shift, I don't know. I know that a lot of car companies are doing this. I'm just a traditional, I really like a stick. There's a dirty joke in here somewhere, but I don't really dig these buttons, but that's neither here nor there. The finishes feel fine. They don't feel extraordinary. I know I'm not in a Bentley, but also does not feel cheap. And because of that, it feels safe and solid, which is fantastic. A few people that have been in this car rave about this. What just happened? It's an expandable cup holder. Brace yourself. It just happened again. I know. It's amazing. That's right, kids. These are the feats of technology that are really coming through right now. So that's pretty wonderful. It has steering wheel mounted controls, which are fantastic. We've got our volume, hands-free. We expect all that stuff. Dynamic cruise control was very good, maybe a little aggressive. The lane keep assist made me nuts, but that's true about most cars. But the point is the sensors and the safety features are really, really solid in this vehicle. So that's great. So in terms of safety, let's talk about the fact that it has backup collision warning. So a couple times I was backing up out of my driveway. If a guy was coming up the hill, the vehicle would buzz and then stop, which I really appreciate. It's also got a few drive modes, which in most vehicles for this size really don't matter. However, I did find that once I put this thing in sport mode, I had a lot more fun. You really wouldn't expect a third row SUV to have as much get up and go as this thing does. It moves. So let me show you what I'm talking about. Of course, you're not going to go canyon carving with, the hockey team in your backseat, but when you're driving alone, you also just don't want to feel like a lame mom driving a glorified minivan. No, it's okay, Tesla. Why don't you go ahead? You're obviously much more important. Okay, so here we go. So feel that. It moves, right?
You can actually feel it probably on the camera just from me going, oh!
Oh, sorry. This Tesla bought the road when they bought their vehicle, so they're really much more important than we are. So
much more.
Need to let them go first.
Of course.
What else can I tell ya? Parking the Palisade, not my favorite thing to do. It's a big car, and frankly, it feels like a big car. Sometimes when you're in a vehicle this size, it can feel smaller because it's very nimble. This is not that car. But that's okay because it makes up for it in all of the features it gives you for such an incredible value. Another thing that this car has that I'm so into, a place to hide my purse. Palisade does have the hands-free liftgate open, but I can't always seem to get it to work. But that could just be me. So, I'm using the key, and check it out. So, it's got a big old sweet trunk, and it's got, I got a little dirt in here, sorry. So it's got the power third row seating and power second row seating. So let's say I want to put a big something back here. I can actually lower the seat with this here button, which is pretty sweet. And maybe this thing that I'm putting in the back seat is going to be really tall, or I want better visibility out of the back seat. So I could actually take the second row and on the left hand side, lower that as well.
I was not expecting that.
That was pretty cool.
It's like a mansion with like a secret compartment.
It is
That was awesome.
a mansion with a secret compartment. It's kind of amazing how enormous this vehicle gets when you put all the seats down. And I'm going to say it right now, this thing starts at $31,000. Amazing. A lot of you are probably comparing the Hyundai Palisade to the Kia Telluride. Very natural. In some respects, it's kind of the same vehicle. However, I've driven both and I do prefer the Palisade. It's a bit more refined, it is a smoother drive, and I just felt it was a little bit more elevated. So even if the Palisade costs you more, unless you're going on rugged terrain, I would be Palisade all the way. So of course the Palisade has that super cool feature with the liftgate where it opens. Yeah, why is it doing it? Trader Joe's. It's rolling. So of course the Palisade has this super cool feature with the liftgate. With the liftgate. With the liftgate.
I take a two.
Oh.
For full propriety.
I can't get the liftgate thing to work.
Ooh.
But it is a feature.